Hello everybody and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Cobalt Dale here, and we are in phase 4 of the No Man's Sky Expedition 13. We completed in the last episode, we completed phase 3. So this is phase 4 and we're going to continue on along with the expedition route. If you guys haven't done it yet, please hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so when I drop my next episode, hopefully we can get phase 4 and phase 5 out of the way. So we don't have to do a next episode, but I've got other episodes coming out in my No Man's Sky playthrough series. If you'd like to check those out, I'll leave a description to my videos in the description to this video, or a link to those series. So let's get started. In the last episode, we got ourselves, well, 2 episodes ago, I should say, we got ourselves a Sentinel interceptor. We collected a bunch of stuff on a planet so we could get our interceptor together. We also got ourselves, it was a B-class Sentinel multi-tool, which is a very awesome multi-tool. We got all the technology switched over from our past multi-tools. Now we have ourselves a decent multi-tool set up in here so we can continue along. And we got quite a few materials set up. We got a few things set up in our backpack. Let me fix this here. We got to put a ion battery into our hazard protection. It's starting to get a little low there, so we got to recharge so we're a little bit protected with the heat as we're standing here on the planet. We also got ourselves a backpack refiner. We picked up a couple of robotic life form pets in the last episode as well. Request unavailable. Why is that unavailable? That should have been able to Oh, that's why. Because that's got to be made in the nutrient processor. Okay, we did quite a few things. So let's get into our expedition here. We completed phase 3 where we drifted through the void. We extracted 3 radiant shards and we got our Sentinel interceptor. We discovered all the plants. We collected 8 fossils. We restored a crashed ship, which is our Sentinel interceptor. And we discovered 3 synthetic life forms, robots, that we found on a planet near the beginning of the expedition. And we installed, let's go back into our starship, we installed the cadmium drive, the emerald drive, and the indium drive in order to get to a blue star to find robot life forms. So we did that in the last episode as well. So let's go into our expedition. We've got phase 3 completed. I haven't collected the reward because that's a gnawing scuttler companion egg. We're going to collect that now. So we got that reward out of the way. That'll put that reward into our inventory, which is a pet or a companion. We don't need that right now, so we'll just throw that into our starship for now. Let's throw out our nutrient processor. We're going to throw that down on the ground. So we can throw, I believe it'll go in. Yes, these will go into our nutrient processor. We also got 3 nip buds. If you guys leave that stuff in your inventory, the sentinels will get attracted to it and they'll come and get you because it's contraband. So I take it and I put it into the nutrient processor and then they can't find it. And then we just carry the nutrient processor in our inventory. So it's like a secret hiding place, so to speak. But we picked ourselves up an emergency signal scanner so we could find a derelict freighter in phase 4. We also need to discover 5 ancient ruins. We need to harvest 12 crystal sulfide from an ocean planet. And then we need to find that sunken freighter, which is in the water. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue on towards rendezvous 4. And we should be able to find a planet along the way. Let's jump back into our ship here. We're going to jump in, jump out, make that little save before we kick it off. Like I said, if you guys haven't done it yet, don't forget to hit that like button, please. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If I can hit 300 subscriptions by the end of the year, I will start doing live face cams with all my live streams. And I stream every Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if I can hit 300 subscriptions, I'll be live streaming 2 nights a week just for you guys so you can watch everything that I do. I do vanilla playthroughs on most everything I do. I don't like using mods. I don't like doing too many cheats or glitches or anything like that. So I'm a pretty decent player, and you guys get the fundamentals for the basic gameplay. And then you can choose on your own to use mods or whatever it is you choose. But for now, we're going to take off. We're going to head up into space, and we are going to continue along the expedition route towards Rendezvous 4. So we're up in space now. Let's get, whoops, epic fails by Cobalt Dale. You guys seen it here first. We need to go into the galaxy map. I keep hitting the wrong button. I hit every button but that one. So let's go into the galaxy map, and we've got our expedition route marked out for us. So what we need to do is we're going to get off of here. I did a little research before we took off today, and I wanted to get to this solar system right here. Nope, that's not it. What is that solar system? Is this it? Yes, this is it. I believe this is the solar system. This one has a dissonant planet in it. I believe that's it. We're going to head to this next solar system, and I'll see you guys there. All right, here we are. We're in the next solar system, so we're going to go into our Discoveries tab, and you can see people have been to this solar system, and they have marked all the planets. That's a temperate planet. That's a moon, actually. This is a desert planet, a boggy planet, and another forsaken planet. We're not going to do anything here, but we will go to the space station. We'll make a little pit stop. We'll pick up some needed resources from the galactic trade terminal that's here. And once we do that, we'll jump in, jump out kind of thing, and we'll take off and head towards the next solar system. This way we can keep along the path route to Rendezvous 4, and hopefully we can find a system or a planet with a paradise planet in it, because that's what I was looking for prior to starting this phase. I was doing this off camera, and I found a paradise planet that would have been perfect for us to set up a home base on, so where we can set up our Minotaur Exocraft and our Nautilon Submarine, so we can search for ancient ruins on the planet, as well as a sunken freighter on that planet. So let's come over here. We're going to hit this. We're going to get ourselves some extra materials. Get carbon. We definitely need the carbon. We don't need that. We'll get some more pugnium for our starship, since our starship flies on pugnium and tritium, and we don't need any of the other things. Do we have anything to sell? Do we have any garbage? We've got a gravitino ball. We'll sell that. That's extra money in our inventory, in our little bank account, I should say. We got emerald. We can use that to grind up and make into chromatic metal. We got storm crystals that we need for warp hypercores. We got radiant shards for our pulse engine in our Sentinel interceptor. So what we got what we needed here. We made a pit stop, so now we've marked this solar system. So if we want to come back to it, if we can't find a paradise planet, we can come back here through the portal. Whoops, jump in, jump out. I forgot to do that. We can do the portal travel, and we could hit, because I know there is a paradise planet, but it's all the way back at the beginning of the expedition route. So we don't want to go back that far if I can help it. But we're going to go back into the outer space view. We're going to go back into our expedition route, and I'm hoping this is it. Yes, it is. This is the system. I do believe there's a paradise planet in this system. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, here we are. We jumped to the next system. I know this is going to be a lot of jumping around. We're going to try and get through this as fast as possible. There it is, boys and girls. There's our paradise planet, and that is where we're heading. But we're going to head to the space station first. That's the most important part. In case something happens, we die, the game crashes, or whatever, go to the space station first. So this system is marked, and you could use the teleporter pad at any given time to get back to this system. Okay, so we're going to get in here, not to mention get out. We're going to go get some more carbon out of the out of the galactic trade terminal. It's easier to buy 300 carbon than it is to sit there and mine it up, and it takes twice as long. So I like buying all my resources from a galactic trade terminal if I possibly can. Sometimes I just enjoy being on a planet exploring and mining around. But since this is an expedition, we've got a set path and goal that we need to achieve. And hopefully I can get that goal out of the way this episode for you guys so we can get this done. All right, we got some carbon. Let's pick up a little bit of silica powder as well and some more pugnium for our starship. I'm going to grab some rusted metal because if we have to refine rusted metal, that gives us ferrite. So now we've saved it here in this space station. We're going to head down to that paradise planet and we're going to start searching. Jump in, jump out there, make that little save. We're going to start searching for alien ruins, and then we're going to find a place to set our base up next to the ocean. Okay, let's see. I believe that planet is back this way. I'm not sure. That's the temperate one. Where is it? Cobalt Dale's got to go into the cockpit view so we can find out where this planet's at. Ooh, it might be behind this one. That's where I believe it's at. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're going to do. We're going to fly to the other side of this ringed planet, and I think the paradise one is there. But we got that going. We got this little egg. This little egg will sit in our inventory in our starship until it is ready to hatch. And once it hatches, we'll have ourselves a little pet if you guys want to have a pet. I've already got 2 robot pets. Uh-oh. There we go. There's our paradise planet. So I'll see you guys down on the surface after I find a good location for us to set up a home base. So once we're there, I'll let you guys know. All right, boys and girls, we're coming into the atmosphere here. And look at this. Somebody's got themselves a base already built here. So I was hoping to build a base in this area, but it doesn't look like we can do it. They've got themselves a little mining facility going on, I do believe. I'm not sure, but this is a nice looking base. Maybe we could be neighbors. So let's go flying along. I think there was like a building or something along this way. Yeah, there's a marker right there. Let's fly along the shoreline because that's where I want to be. Along the shoreline. This is a nice, pretty blue planet. Let's fly out here and see if we can find ourselves an island. Yes, there, right there. How about that? That's a nice flat island. We could set ourselves up a little home base right here. Perfect. So we'll jump out. This is a nice planet. Nice paradise planet. And the reason I like building on paradise planets, little light showers, isolated sentinels, no sentinels. So I do my scanner. So over on the left side, you see light showers. Resources are typical. Fauna is abundant. Flora is scarce. So there's very few plants and the sentinels are isolated. So this here is a pretty perfect flat spot for us to build our base. So I'm going to come into here and we're going to build a base computer. So we got chromatic metal. We got 30 chromatic metal. So let's put that down. I'm going to fly up in the air a little bit here so we can get a good aerial view to see where the center of the island is. Because I like to build somewhere in the center. This way I got enough room around my base so we could set it up. So this looks like a pretty good spot. I'm going to color the base computer. We're going to color it blue and white. That'll be a perfect color for us. I'm going to zoom in on it. This way I can look at it. Because if you look at the way the base computer is, right now that line is going up and down. If we kick that at a 45-degree angle and set the computer down as we're looking at it, that computer screen will be facing right at us. There you go. See that? Now we come over here and we're going to claim this base spot. Hopefully nobody is built near this so we can claim the area. Oh, we weren't exactly in the center of the island. We're off-centered a little bit, so we're going to build our building in the center of this island. Perfect. So nobody owns this area. We can now set up a base here. And we've got enough materials here to set ourselves up, and I call it a little Bob box, a little square structure. So I'm going to set this up. We're going to do some, let's see, what is that? Green and gray, purple, purple and white. You know what? We're just going to go with red and gray. And we're going to throw out a 3x3 pad to build our base on. That should be big enough for us to do anything we need to. You don't really need to set yourself up a big, huge, fancy base or anything. It's not required for the expedition, but I like to set myself up with the halfway decent base. This way, we've got a home base to come back to, refine materials, things like that. Okay, we need to make some glass, boys and girls, if we want to put windows into our base. So I want to put these alloy windows in, or we could put the mids in, but we need to make some glass. So what we need to do is go into our exosuit. We're going to hit our backpack refiner, right? And inside our refiner, we're going to our backpack and we're going to the silicate powder. This is why I like picking up a lot of silicate powder. Let's pick up, yeah, about 300 silicate powder, right? That makes windows. Silica powder, if you melt it down, actually turns into glass. That gives us windows. So we'll have 7 windows to put into our base. That'll take about 35 seconds because it's a 40-to-1 ratio. That helps out with that. Now that that's going, let's get ourselves a door put on our base. Let's see. Whoopsie. An alloy door. Yeah, we'll do this. And we'll put that door right here. That should be good enough. We only need 1 door in the base. That's all we need. The rest will be windows. So let's look and see what we got for roof parts. Let's start putting a roof on our base. Let's spin these things around. I'm going to put like a peaked roof. Shouldn't be too bad. There we go. Let's get this set up while we're waiting for the glass to complete, which it just did. We'll get that in just a second. But I want to throw this up here, put a little roof on it. This way, in case the elements start happening, like rain showers or anything like that, we're covered. And we've got a glass floor, so we could put that in the roof of our base. There we go. Let's come inside. Now we're indoors. Let's go into our backpack refiner. We're going to get our 7 pieces of glass out. We'll throw the rest of that into our inventory. There we go. Now all the open spots, I'm going to put windows in. And this is how I build my base, boys, girls. You could build your base any way you so choose. You can even color it whatever color you choose to as well. Me, I'm using a little dark color. I kind of like it to stand out on the island. There we go. We got windows in our base. Let's put a skylight in the roof. There we go. Whoops, come on. There we go. Bloop. Now we're enclosed inside our base. That should give us the ability. We can use our signal booster inside here, but I want to build a save beacon inside our base. We'll put this by the front door. I'm going to color this blue and white. There we go. I like that color. Not a big deal, right? We'll set that up. Now we did a little save. So our building is saved and we are here. We still got 1 piece of glass left, which is okay. Let's see what else we can build in our base. Now you could put your nutrient processor down here in this base, but we don't need to. We need to get ourselves our Minotaur Geobay built. So, whoops, let's run outside and we will set up our Minotaur Geobay outside as well. There we go. I'm going to color this black and yellow because, you know, that's my base color for my Minotaur. Now, the way the Minotaur 3D hologram looks is facing the opposite direction of what your Minotaur actually lines up on the thing. So now he's facing the other way. Now, if you come over here and you check this out, this Exocraft, this summons it, so he will come falling out of the sky and land back down there. That's what this is for. This here is your Exocraft modification system, so you could paint your Minotaur or your mech, whatever you want to call it. I like mine black, blue, and we'll use a dark red. Why not? Whoops. No, wait. What's that? How about yellow? No. We'll do light blue. How about that? There we go. Once you get your colors chosen for it, you can back out, and now it is colored. There it is. Whoops, I chose the wrong colors, didn't I, boys, girls? Is that a purple? I hope not. No, it's a dark blue. That dark blue looks purple on this planet. Now we got that thing set up. We've got this prepackaged Minotaur AI pilot. Now we can install that into our Minotaur. There we go. So now he'll follow us around if we want him to. This is a hazard protection unit, which protects us from all elements on the planet. But I like to take an engine and stick that into a supercharged slot the booster into a supercharged slot, and then I'm going to take and put a Minotaur laser in here. And we've got chromatic metal, we've got the dihydrogen we've been collecting, and we've got a wiring loom. So now that mining laser is now installed into our Minotaur, and we've got other things to use here, like this Minotaur radar array. This helps us find crashed ships, buildings, that kind of thing, monoliths. So we can use this and for our benefit later in the game. And we've got ourselves an automatic, what is that? Is that the recharger? No, it's not. It reduces fuel burn for our Minotaur, but we don't have the materials to build that yet. So now we got that built. And here, down in your tool menu bar, you come down here, and if you push to the right, here, I'll show you this again. When you pull down, on mine, it's the D-pad for using for Xbox controller, but you can pull down on that, go to the gear, and then go to the right to disable the Minotaur AI so he doesn't have to walk and follow around behind you. But what we're going to do is going to get out of this. We're going to come over here. Is this a good spot? Yes, it is. Look at there. There's a nice little knoll right there. So we built the Minotaur Geobay. We did that. We need to build a Nautilon chamber. So we got 5 metal plating. We need to get 12 crystal sulfide because that's a part of the phase. Now, if we go down into the water, there's nice creatures. If you haven't gotten all your creatures yet, don't forget to start scanning them. But we want to go into the water. And while we're in the water looking around, we need to find salt. We need to find chlorine, pearls, and a couple other things. So that'll help us get our Nautilon Submarine. So be careful when you're under the water. Anything you shoot with your laser beam, little jellyfish have a chance of coming out and attacking you. These clams, when you swim up onto it, just swim up next to it, hit the X button, and it opens it up. See, we got these rocks here that have salt. That's one of the ingredients we need. But scan the plants and everything down below the water's surface. This way, we can gather up the resources we need to build our Nautilon Submarine and everything like that. But we're looking for crystalline sulfide. You see that right there? That's what we're looking for, is one of those. So let's swim over there real fast. We don't have anything for our oxygen, so be aware you got to swim back up to the surface of the water to get oxygen. Otherwise, you're going to drown underneath the water. You'll start taking damage, and you don't want to take damage. So let your oxygen replenish. And then once that's replenished, dive back down underneath the water. And we're going to come over here to this crystal sulfide. It's got 3 little crystals per jet. But be careful. As you can see, it will have an explosion. It'll do some damage to you if you're not careful. And you don't want that to happen. See, after it blows off like that, you can swim over here and collect the rest of the crystals off of it. Each one of these vents has 3 crystals on it. So we're going to need 12 of those. So we need to find 4 of these things. So we'll swim around as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and get through this. At least phase 4 this episode, boys and girls. I know we got to hit that derelict freighter, and derelict freighter is going to take us a few minutes. So we need to get all the crystalline sulfide we can. Uh-oh, that's going to blow on us. Ooh, careful. Don't want to take damage. That's a no-no. There we go. Did we get them all? I hope so. Yes, we did. Got all the crystals on that one. There's another one over there, so we'll swim over there. Now, if you don't know, these little white plants here, these are called kelp sacks. And what they do is these little white nodules, they have oxygen in them, so that replaces your oxygen while you're under the water. If you don't know that. Otherwise, you have to swim back to the surface of the water to collect some oxygen to replenish your oxygen. If you're fast enough with these vents, oh, come on. Here we go. If you're fast enough, you can collect all the crystalline sulfide from them. We've got about 9 of them so far. We need 12. So this should be enough. And then we'll complete a phase. Uh-oh. Gotta get away from that. Gotta be careful. These things will hurt you. This one's inside the rocks, so we gotta be careful. Hopefully we can get all the crystalline sulfide off of it. I don't think we did, because I really can't see the thing. It's up in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot this thing. We're going to get some chlorine out of there because we need a little bit of chlorine. There we go. That opens it up so we can see where the other crystalline sulfide is, if there's one here. There it is. Got it. Let's go find ourselves a kelp sack to replenish our oxygen. Whoops. Come on. There we go. We replenished our oxygen. Don't forget to scan everything, the plants and everything. We still need some pearls for our Nautilon Submarine, but we completed that part of the phase. So let's get that. Underwater construction plans for a marine shelter. Now we can build ourselves a base underneath the water. Perfect. We don't need to build ourselves. Uh-oh, look out. See, we shot some plants or that rock underneath the water. These little jellyfish come out and they'll attack you. They'll hunt you down until you're dead, pretty much. But you can shoot them with your mining beam, your bolt caster, whatever. Just be careful. We also need to harvest salt. And as you see, as we shoot them rocks, look at all them jellyfish that come out. These things are dangerous. They will do damage to you, so be careful when you're shooting things in the water. There we go. And since we got that upgraded multi-tool, that's nice. That does a lot of work for us. Did we get the crystals off of that one? Yes, we did. So let's head back towards our base since we got a couple of those things made. Uh-oh, let's go over here and get this kelp sack before we start drowning. We're almost out of oxygen there, if you can see down on the bottom left. Ooh, that's close. We took a little bit of damage to our shields. Once our shields are done, then we start taking damage to our health. So let's see, we need to build a Nautilon Submarine. So we need to collect salt, which is these pillar-like rocks. We need to shoot a bunch of these so we can collect that salt. But be aware, them little jellyfish are going to come out when you're shooting these rocks. For some reason, they like to live inside these rocks or whatever. They live in the plants, they live in everything. It's just one of those hazards. So you got to be careful what you're mining or whatever down below. Oh. Shooting everything here. There's pearls and crystalline sulfide below the surface of the dirt as well. Be careful when you go into a cave underneath the water. Sometimes you'll get trapped down there and there's no oxygen. So you could get hurt, end up drowning or whatever. Uh-oh, look at all that. There's a lot of jellyfish coming. Just keep moving. They shouldn't mess with you too bad. As long as you can keep a good distance from them, you should be able to shoot them all. That'll be all right. Uh-oh, let's get back up to the surface, boys and girls. As you can see, we're like 20 meters below the surface of the water. So I just try to aim straight up so we can hit the surface. The better way to mine the salt and stuff without the jellyfish getting you is to stand on the shoreline and shoot the rocks and plants and things like that in the water. This way, the jellyfish won't get you. That's one of my little cheesy tactics. As you can see, all I do is I stand up here like this, and hopefully we hit something. What do we got down here? Collecting some salt, ferrite dust, that kind of stuff. This way the jellyfish don't get us. Perfect. We should have enough materials here now. Let's see if we can build this Nautilon chamber, which we did. We got enough. So let's put our little Nautilon chamber right there. Perfect. That helps us out. I think that is another phase. We need to discover 5 ancient ruins as well. So we need to visit a sunken freighter. Now that we got that Nautilon submarine built, this will help us. We need to put in a, let's put in the mining laser. See, that's what the living pearls are for, and the chlorine. We need to gather some chlorine from the plants in the water. We need to install our osmotic generator, and that takes pearls, chromatic metal, and solar mirrors as well. That's a It reduces the fuel usage in our submarine. We can pick up, I can't even think straight right now. Sorry, boys and girls. Here we go. Where's that? That's a Humboldt drive. That goes into our submarine as well because we got that earlier. But we want to put in the radar. The radar is the most important thing. The sonar, let's install that. That's what the crystalline sulfide was for. And what this does is this allows us the opportunity to find a sunken freighter. So we'll hop in here real quick. We're gonna go down into the toolbar and we're gonna use a high-powered sonar to find a crashed freighter. And that will scan the planet for a crashed freighter somewhere in the ocean. As you can see, it's right there. So we'll mark that, hop out of our Nautilon submarine, and now we can go back to our base or to our starship, and then we'll head out and go to the sunken freighter, and that will complete another step in our expedition, and then we can start discovering ancient ruins as well. Here, as a matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll throw out the signal booster. We'll throw that down, and then we will use it to locate nearby structures. We have surge batteries that were given to us in a previous phase in our inventory. See, we got surge batteries and we got advanced ion batteries, which are hazard protection batteries. We'll take this salt, we'll throw that into our, whoops, not our Minotaur, our Nautilon, but we got an underwater shelter, so we can use that too while we go to the sunken freighter. But we got these batteries, right? Sorry, got a little sidetracked, boys, girls. Got to keep on task. I know it's hard for Dale. I get so excited because there's so much stuff to do. All right, so we located a nearby structure as well, or a ruin. And where is it? We did use the surge battery, right? Yes, we did. Huh. That's a little odd. It didn't mark an ancient ruin. We'll pick that up. We'll go to the sunken freighter first. Maybe that's the problem. It's not working for us. So we'll head up and head over to the sunken freighter. That's 30 seconds away. That's not far. That's actually pretty close, boys and girls. So that won't take us long to get over there by our interceptor. We'll land on shore because sunken freighter is, keyword is sunken. So it's in the water. And you can see parts and pieces of it sticking out of the water, which is all right. We'll land on the... You can actually watch this. I learned this in the last expedition. You see this little ring, this part sticking out? We can land on that. So we can land on the freighter itself. All we need to do is jump out, and you can see down there where the marker is. We'll jump down there and we will collect rendezvous 4. There are... in the water. Let's go to the computer. Here we go. There are cargo pods here. Log extraction complete. Date stamp 1749.1. Life goes on day after day. Delivering after. I hope to go home soon. The life of a is not for one like me. Date stamp 1841.2. Multiple Sentinel energy signatures detected requiring immediate dropping out of warp. There's the Sentinels. What are they doing? Date stamp 1845.5. Fighting each other, the Sentinel ships are engaging each other, ignoring us for now. Date stamp 1836.8. The Sentinels have departed. Their distress signal nearby. Broadcasting 16 on repeat. I'm going to take a look. And that gets us that step completed. But what I want to do is we're going to shoot over here real fast. There are cargo pods buried beneath the soil down here. So we're going to use our terrain manipulator, use the big bulb to blow the dirt out as fast as possible. So we're going to run out of oxygen down here if we're not careful, boys and girls. So let's take this stuff. We'll throw it in our inventory real quick. Once this cargo pod's open, it'll give us the reward out of it. But be careful, there's radiation that comes out of it as well. And there's more cargo pods. I believe there's 6 near a sunken freighter. So as we're swimming over there, we'll use our terrain manipulator and blow all the dirt out. This way we clear ourselves a good path to it so we can get into it quickly, get our stuff out of it, and trying to get back to the surface as quickly as possible. This way we don't drown. There we go. We got a warp hypercore. There should be another pod right over here. You can see sticking out of the dirt. There's a couple of them here. And if you want, you can also, let me collect this one. I'm going to show you a trick so you don't have to swim back to the surface. Let's get out of there. Swim back up a little bit. We're going to summon in our Exocraft and we're going to summon in the Nautilon. Whoops. There it is. Let's summon, whoops. Come on now. We're going to summon the Nautilon closer to us so we can get in and replenish our oxygen. We don't have to drive around. Don't move around because it's using fuel and we don't have the recipe to put fuel into our Nautilon submarine. So we can't even make it. Let's go in here. I believe it's under here. Yeah, we don't have the recipe. We have the recipe to make warp cells. We can make plasma for our paralysis mortar. We can make warp cores and stuff, but we don't have the hydrothermal fuel to drive our Nautilon submarine around. But once our oxygen is replenished, we can jump out and go to the next cargo pod and start collecting the stuff. All these little rewards will make us money. And that's why I'm collecting the cargo pods, because in game, there's a lot of stuff that we need. And sometimes these will give you cargo bulkheads, frigate modules for your freighter. You get upgrades for your freighter, that kind of stuff. Here, let's get over here and get this one. You get like heat capacitors, that kind of stuff. Things that are worth like 1 million units sometimes. Look, an unstable gel, I believe, is worth like 250,000 units, something like that. There, whoops. There's one. We got to mark that pod over there. We have a marine shelter as well that we collected as a part of the reward. Now you can place it down, but the problem is once you place that marine shelter down, you can no longer pick it up or use it. So be careful with that, boys and girls. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can go into first person view and see if we can collect this pod. Sometimes they're below the surface of the dirt and you're not able to get them. So be careful. Nope, we can't get that one. That kind is the drag. What's the way out? Come on. Gotta swim out fast. Let's get back to our submarine. It's over there. Hopefully we don't take too much damage. Ah! Swim, Dale, swim. I don't want to drown. Can't drown here. We got one more cargo pod to hit and then we can get out of here. And don't worry about leaving your submarine behind because your submarine can be spawned anywhere on the planet as long as you summon it back up. There we go. We got our oxygen replenished. We got one more cargo pod right here. We're going to use our terrain manipulator, blow the dirt out around it, collect the materials out of here, and then we'll head back to our starship. And there we go. What do we collect? Acid. That is for the servos in our Minotaur. So we got a freebie right there, boys and girls, because we don't have the recipe for that. Okay. That was all the cargo pods. You can see here at the surface of the water. We couldn't reach that cargo pod underneath the water, so that one will stay there. But we collected everything there. Let's get back to our starship and continue on with this little quest line. Let's get back into third person view here. I like the third person better than I do the first person. I get kind of a fishbowl effect when I play in first person on this game. Some games like Fallout 4, I like playing in first person. It's much easier than third person on that. The angle and the view and the way you aim and everything. Look at here, we can run up to our starship. We'll jump in, jump out. We made that little save. Let's jump back into our starship. Okay. In our exosuit, we picked up a bunch of stuff. We picked up some hot ice. We can throw that into our starship. A warp hypercore, that goes into our starship. We got a cargo bulkhead. We got a salvage frigate module, which will help us upgrade our freighter. We're going to put all this stuff into our starship. We got a little bit of chlorine, some salt, this marine shelter. We can use that later. But we got all this. I'm going to destroy the viscous fluids in the living slime. You can refine those if you choose to. I'm going to keep that kelp sack. We got a bunch of stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump out right here. We're going to build the refiner. Since we collected a bunch of stuff from underneath the water trying to build our submarine, we got some extra ingredients to use in our processor. Like this salt, that can go in there. The kelp sack, That refines into salt as well, if you guys didn't know that. We've got chlorine and a couple other things for our submarine. But that emptied out a little bit of room in our inventory, so we could throw the rest of this into our starship. There we go. Cytophosphate is for fuel for our Nautilon Submarine. Let's see what else we got in here. Man, our inventory's filling up quick, boys and girls. So let's take this dirty bronze. We're going to put this into our personal refiner and refine that into silver. That should clear up a slot in our starship. A lot of these things can be refined down. The hot ice, I don't believe you could put into your personal refiner. So yeah, that's good enough for now. We got enough room. Let's jump back into our starship. Let's go and collect the rewards for finding the sunken freighter. So we get a starship class upgrade and starship inventory slots. Now I'm going to save that one, but our starship right now is what? Is a class C. So we get a upgrade. It'll probably be a B or an A. And then we'll get some inventory slots. As a matter of fact, let's do that, boys, girls. Let's collect that reward. I'm going to do this. Collect the reward. Now we get some augmentations to open this up a little bit and get us some more storage. I'm going to put a couple up here. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to use this one for here. Flop, 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 flop. There we go. And we got an emergency signal scanner to find a derelict freighter. So we got a couple upgrades out of that. We upgraded our starship a little bit, so we got some more room to add more technology to our starship. And look, there's a supercharged slot right there. And that's for our luminance engine. Watch over there on our maneuverability. I'm going to take the sublight amplifier, move that over. Watch, 548. No, it didn't go up. Oh, no. I was mistaken, boys and girls. But we got this flight assist, and I'm not going to use that. We dismantled that last time. So let's take our anti-gravity well for our launch thrusters, and we'll put that in there, and that will help us use less fuel. Let's see, which one is which? Launch cost is minus 13% plus a 3% boost. Let's take this out. We'll put this here, and we'll put the lowest one in here. And look at what it does. From 13% to 30%. So we're using less launch fuel, and we get a bigger boost off of that. So that helped us out. Perfect. Uh-oh. Starship inventory size increased. And our starship class increased as well. What did we get? We got an A-class Sentinel Interceptor. That's why it's so important to get yourself an interceptor, boys and girls. This way, it gives you a little bit more of an advantage when you complete the expedition with a fresh start. If you don't want to keep this, Dave, that's okay too. We're going to jump in, jump out. Now we collected that reward as well. Perfect. Let's go in. So we need to discover 5 ancient ruins. Let's jump out. We're going to throw down our signal booster right here, right? Let's go into our signal booster, open it up, and we want to locate nearby structures. No, we don't want to do that. Why is it not allowing us? Okay, I'm a little confused, boys and girls. Discover 5 ancient ruins. Across the universe, long-forgotten ruins slowly crumble. Deploy a signal booster from the build menu to search for alien ruins, which I did. Let's pick it up. Let's go land on a piece of land and see if that makes a difference. There should be ancient ruins on this planet, boys and girls. Look at there. There's a monolith right there. That's an ancient ruin. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. That's why it wouldn't tell us about an ancient ruin, is because we're so close to it. Here we go. Let's get down here. We'll collect a few words. I don't know. This is just a habit for me. I like collecting all the words. Here we go. Once we get these collected, let's come over here. And this little part right here is what helps us collect. As I look upon the ancient relic, a strange feeling grips hold of me. My vision begins to swim. I am here, but not here. Blah, 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 blah. I have no idea what that says. The ancient structure swings open to reveal a body encased in ice. It is a patchwork of different body parts. Its ragged beak appears to have been stitched on with an animal gut. A handwritten sign in the language of the ancient traders can be seen above the body's head. Some sort of fuel would most likely melt the ice. Let's abandon the life form. We don't want to open it up because then we'll get attacked. The panel of the monolith swings shut. The abomination remains trapped. I am thanked by the spirits that live in this place. And that right there gives us an ancient... That should have gave us an ancient alien rune. I don't understand why. Okay, let's drop the signal booster out. Let's see if this does it again. Now it allows us to locate, scan for ruins with one surge battery. Now I've been trying to show you guys this a couple minutes now. We've got surge batteries. We have the recipe to make those as well. Sodium nitrate, gold, and magnetized ferrite, which we got enough of that. We've got enough batteries to find all the ancient ruin sites we need. So let's take that. We're going to use this to scan for ruins. And that'll open up and show us somewhere on the planet where a ruin is. So we'll collect those 5 ruins. Once we get those 5 ruins done, then we'll go find a derelict freighter up in space. So now we'll pick up our signal booster. Where's our starship? Running around in circles. Come on, Dale, where's it at? Oh my goodness. I just did a complete 360. You guys saw that, right? Don't forget to be scanning your creatures while you're here on the planet. This way you're making units the whole time you're here. Not to mention, if you discover all the creatures on the planet, then you get a nanite bonus. But let's jump into our starship, jump in, jump out, make a little save. There we go, and we'll take off and we'll hit that ruin. How far away is it? Oh, that's 5 minutes away. So I'll see you guys there. I'm going to fly up into space and then we'll pulse over there. I'll see you guys at that ruin site. Okay, boys and girls, here we are. We're coming back into the atmosphere. We're almost to the ancient ruin site. So let's land here. We'll jump out and we'll go see what this ancient plaque is. Ancient plaque is a ruin site, so basically gives you the option to find ruins or buried treasure kind of thing, or it lets you learn words. All we need to do is learn a word. I'm going to go through this real quick. If you guys want to read it, you can pause the video, whatever you need to do. I'm not going to do that. I just want to get through so we can get through this part of the phase of the quest, or this stage of the phase, I should say. Okay, we got that one done, and we got a few more to do. So we're going to throw this out again, drop that on the ground, and as long as you're at one of these ancient ruins, it won't show that one again. So let's go back in here. We're going to scan for another ruin, and we're going to jump around on the planet. As soon as I get these done, boys and girls, I'm going to go through these. We only got like a couple, 3 more left to do. So I'm going to find these as quickly as possible. Ooh, that one seems pretty close. How far is that? 841 units. Oh, that's like really close. Let's fly over there real fast. I think we've got, what, 3 ruins now, which is pretty good. Let's fly over to this one. Look, there's another plaque right there. So all we need to do is, oh, we got 2 of them. This will be number 3. So we got 2 more of these to do. So we're going to get through this pretty quick. This is pretty lucky for finding this right here. I don't know why I'm so in tune with gathering words. In my normal playthrough, I am in the Eisentam Galaxy now, and I am doing the autophage quest line. So I'm trying to find a home planet that's blue, and this one here is perfect, but this is in the Euclid Galaxy. But there we go. We got 3 ruins now. We need to find 2 more. So let's throw the signal booster out again. I was gonna cut this out, but since that one was so close, maybe we could find a couple more really close. If not, I will see you at the last ruin site. Okay, boys and girls? Yeah, that's quite a ways away. That's 2 hours away. I'm gonna have to pulse over there, so I'll see you guys at the last ruin site. Okay, we have this one and 1 more to go through, so I will see you there at the last one. Okay, boys and girls, I'm gonna tune back in right here. I wanted you guys to see this ruin. These are other ruin sites. Now you can check these things out as well, collect all your words and things like that. But what we're looking for on these ruin sites is that little black marble. Oops, that's over here on this other piece. These little things right here is all you need to find to get your ancient ruins. You don't have to find the buried artifact or whatever. Here, I'm going to blow through this real fast. You can seek knowledge of the past, which will give you a place where you can go dig up some archaeology site and gather a treasure chest out of it. You can do that if you choose, but I want to get the language. This way it counts it as finding that ruin. We've got one more to find. I'm going to fly back down to the ship. You can collect all the words, you can investigate and do that kind of stuff. I'm going to throw out the signal booster here real fast. We'll throw that down and we'll find our last ruin site. And I will see you guys at that last ruin so we can collect that reward for that spot in the phase, that quest for the phase. That one is how far? Yeah, 9 hours. I'll see you guys there at the last ruin site. Okay, boys and girls, here's the last ruin site. As you can see, it's another one like we were just at. Sorry, I apologize for all the cutting and editing that I'm doing in this video, but I'm trying to get through it as quickly as possible. This way, we don't take up so much time and we get the expedition complete, because I know you guys are probably following along, trying to see what I do in order for you to complete your quest, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully you're learning something from me, maybe, maybe not. But I hope you enjoy this series. If you guys are, don't forget to hit that like button. There we go. We got the 5 lost relics or whatever, which are the ancient ruin sites. They're not actual relics. But now that we got that, let's go into our expedition. We completely, nope, here it is, nameless history. So now we get a powerful underwater oxygen upgrade, a banned hazard protection, and a historical document. So let's collect that reward. Perfect. And what did we get? We got an underwater S-class module, an X-class hazard protection module, and some Viking records. Okay, this is sellable. We can sell that for 1.8 million units. Let's install this hazard protection. That'll do us some good things right there. That's what? 2% toxic, 6% cold. Yeah, that works for us. And then we got this underwater protection module. We'll put that over here. This way we got, when we're swimming underwater, we won't run out of oxygen so fast, and then we can use a battery or a life support gel to repair it. Let's throw this into our starship, that into our starship, and that completed that stage. Let's jump in, jump out. Let's go back into our expedition stage. Now we need to find a derelict freighter, and I want to show you guys this. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. So we need to find a derelict freighter, and we got one of these things to find a derelict freighter. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this stack. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Jump into our starship. I'll see you guys up in space. I activated it by accident. Oops, no launch fuel. Epic fails by Cobalt Dale. You guys seen it here first. I did 2 boo-boos in the same instance. Okay, let's head back up into space real fast, and then let's see if we can scan for a derelict freighter. Okay, here we are. We're in outer space. We got a signal booster that we need to use, so let's use this. We've already used it, so what we need to do is do a pulse drive through the solar system, and that will help us find a derelict freighter. As you can see down in the bottom right, it's scanning for a frequency to let us know where a derelict freighter is. And once we do that, boom, we stop and it pops out a freighter. Now be aware, anything you're doing on this derelict freighter, there is no save beacons or save spots. So if you die on here, the last place you save, that's why I always jump in and jump out of my starship before I take off, because that will be your last restore point. So once we land on the freighter, take this thing right here and put that into your backpack refiner. This way, you can go into your backpack refiner and look at it and see it's here. This way, when you get out and you go into the freighter, it does not use it up and disappears, because these things are expensive. These are like 1 million units a piece. So you stick that in there until you complete the freighter and go land somewhere. Once you land somewhere and you're not on the freighter, you can take this thing out of your backpack and put it back into your inventory and use it again. But if you don't put it into your backpack and use it, once you get done with the freighter, it will disappear from your inventory and then you'll have to go buy another one. So be aware of that, okay? So now we got that into our backpack refiner. We cannot use our backpack refiner until we get off the freighter. Make sure that your inventory is empty. Put everything you got into your starship if you're not going to use it. So we're going to put our surge battery into our starship. There we go. Let's take this extra emergency signal scanner and we'll throw that into our starship. The copper, all this stuff. We want all this stuff out of our inventory so we got room so we can pick up treasure and loot off of the derelict freighter. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in here. There's going to be fighting aliens and that kind of stuff. So make sure you got enough bullets. Make sure you got enough supplies, some healing gels. So let's make a few of those. We got 7 of those. Hazard protection is a must. So make sure you got enough hazard protection batteries to keep you going, because there is no hazard protection on this freighter. Because once you go in here, you're pretty much on your own. This is a kind of a suicide mission. If you die on here, you lose everything. There's little lights, little battery pack lights that you find through here that'll give you resources. You can pick those up as you're going through here. Now, once you walk through this door, this is the last point of return. There are no saves in here, like I said. So, as you see, our hazard protection is slowly going down. And let's see, we can't use the teleport pad. Once we get inside the starship, or in the freighter, we can use our teleport pad. We got repair kits in case our technology inside our exosuit or our multi-tool gets damaged, then we can repair it. But otherwise, you're pretty much on your own inside this thing. Turn on these little heat units. As you look up at the compass at the top, it shows you a little fire symbol or a flame symbol. That tells you where these heat units are. This is the only thing that recharges your hazard protection, so you're not freezing to death on the ship. Otherwise, you've got to have cold protection, and we don't have any cold protection, boys and girls. So we're kind of stuck without that right now. But we'll come to the computer, the control system. We'll unlock our freighter. So we're going to restart internal gravity. Otherwise, we're going to be flying around like little spacemen in outer space. The gravity's been restored. Gravity calibration error. Freedom of movement reduced. So basically, you're going to be crawling. So at a fast run inside the freighter, we'll be like walking normally. So we're going to restart hazard control. There's no environmental protection, but it will open up the doors for us. There's extreme cold temperatures inside this freighter. Access the supply cache? Yes. Collect the emergency supplies. So we get a little bit of emergency supplies from that chest that we hit on the ground there. Once we get in here, I won't be doing too much talking, but I'll try and teach you guys to go through a derelict freighter. Now that our multi-tool is out, we want a weapon. So I'm going to use the shotgun, and we can open up the door. Be careful, look around, because there will be gun turrets on the walls and stuff. I like to use my scanner, and the scanner will teach us where all the stuff is, like treasure chests and things like that. Quickly move around inside the room as quickly as you can, because your hazard protection goes down pretty fast. Check anything that's blue and lit up. That's why I keep hitting my scanner. This helps us find all the hidden treasures inside here. Data pads, these little iPads or whatever you want to call them. These things give you information or credentials so you can declare yourself an officer of the freighter. This way, look at there, we got security credentials for one of the crew of the ship. This way it gives us access to the computers and stuff. So we got pretty lucky there. Like I said, keep scanning. Oh, yeah, we got that. There will be creatures. There'll be hazards inside this freighter. We got hazard protection that will light up some places. I like to collect all the light bulbs, all that stuff. And as you see down in the bottom right, there's 8 zones inside this freighter that we can discover. Look, there's another iPad. You guys can pause the video if you so choose to read these things. I'm just going to blow through it. They're not really that important to me. I want to hurry up and get through this so this episode doesn't take us like 3-4 hours. Let's open up the door so we can get access to the rest of the ship. Always be careful when you walk in a room. Look, there's automated security drones flying around in here. Them things will hurt you. They will damage you. So be aware. There's one. There we go. Our hazard protection's falling. Collect what we can. Little security drones will shoot you. There we go. Let's activate our hazard protection so we can warm up a little bit. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, he's hurting us pretty bad. Come on. There we go. Let's reload. There's all kinds of stuff. So you got to be careful when you're walking around in here, because anytime you hit the X button or whatever button it is to reload, you're picking up these little spotlights, these little doodads that are floating around everywhere, chairs and everything. So be careful. You know, make sure you're in a safe spot. If you have to make more bullets or whatever, do that. Oops, reading another pad because we got to pick up credentials. There's some for the security officer on the freighter. There's some for the captain, and we can get some rewards out of the ship. See, there's hazard protection all over the ship. Try to run as fast as possible. Turn on all the hazard protections because it gives you light inside the ship as well. Keep your ears peeled in case you hear some kind of noise that you've never heard before. You get all kinds of special rewards. You get units, you get nanites, tainted metal. That's the biggest thing you can find. Plus blueprints. This computer, we'll hit that computer console in just a second. Oh, look at there. We got a salvage frigate module. All right, that looks good. This stuff gives you kind of like slime and stuff like that. There's all kinds of things. Uh-oh. Where is he? There he is. Whew. See, you got to keep your ears peeled a little bit. These little security drones are everywhere. If that's our worst enemy inside this thing, I'm not too concerned, boys and girls. We're doing pretty good. We got records terminal detected. We got that. Is there anything else in here? Oh, blue barrels inside here are explosive barrels. So be careful if you're standing next to a blue barrel. Oh, there's the heat protection. Blue barrels, they kind of look like this orange one right here. If there's a blue barrel and you're standing next to it, one of them security drones or aliens are shooting at you, that will make that barrel explode and you'll get hurt. But here's our first console we're going to come to. We need to have security credentials to open this up. Records terminal accessed. Searching. Biosecurity records. Encrypted. Ship AI log. Encrypted. Crew manifest. Accessible. Let's access the crew manifest. Crew status as of last ship-wide bioscan 11 days ago. Commanding officer Master Huho. Duty officers Chief Engineer blah blah blah, Lieutenant Owen Sagari, Acting Lieutenant Isso. Crew status report. Crew active by 89, crew deceased 79. Supernumeraries, conscript emigrate, partial remains, Viking at arms, head only, prisoner in transit. Let's update the bioscan. Scanning ship for biological traces. No detected biological trace matches crew records. Retrieving last known crew positions. Master Huho, redacted area. Chief Engineer Uganami, waste disposal pipe 4 2 days ago. Lieutenant Anna Sargoi, escape pod 22 1 day ago. Acting Lieutenant Isso, captain's quarters 5 days ago. There we go. We got the crew manifest, and that crew manifest Let's see, there's the security credentials. That helps us get into the computers. But the crew manifest, if we turned it into the right people, it's worth millions of units, boys and girls. Look, we're picking up treasure all over the place. We got neural ducts, everything. We got some tainted metal. Perfect. That helps us get nanites. So for every tainted metal, we get 2 nanites. So that's perfect. We got a couple hundred nanites right there. So let's get back over here. Oh, I forgot to tell you, while you're at this computer console, this little teleport pad here, if you activate it and turn it on, it'll bring you right back to the start of the very first computer console that we found coming onto the freighter. So it's an emergency escape teleporter. Okay, so if you step on it, it's going to take us right out there. Watch. Bloop. That took us back out to the front door of the freighter. If we go back on it, bloop, it'll take us right back to where we were inside the freighter. So if you guys want a quick escape or you need to get back to your starship or anything like that, that's where you got to go. Okay, just so you guys know that. Let's open up this door and we'll head to the next section. Be careful, keep your eyes peeled. There's a security defense turret. These things will mess you up if you're not prepared. But we can sneak around. Just don't step inside that laser beam that it's sweeping back and forth. Let's see what kind of stuff we can find in here. Hopefully we don't run across any security drones at the same time. Keep your eyes out for hazard protection, that kind of stuff. Yeah, let's get over here as quickly as possible. Read through these logs real fast. I'm just going to blow through this. If you guys want to read it, you can pause the video. I'm just trying to get through this as quickly as possible. There's our hazard protection. But as soon as this thing is done scanning, I'm going to get right up on it. Because them defense turrets, if you're not fast with them, they will mess you up and kill you. And you don't want to die on this freighter because then you'll have to restart. And restarting, you have to go back through everything. Oh, come on. Everything you had already completed. So we're doing pretty good so far. Trying to scavenge all the loot. Be careful of these blue canisters, these unstable canisters. Those are explosive devices, just so you guys are aware. Those are the blue barrels I was telling you about that'll blow up on you. So I'm going to turn on the heat. The heater, the space heater. There's a couple of them around here. There we go. Now from what I see, as looking at the radar, you can see where all the hazard protection is. We can scan the room to make sure we didn't miss anything, any loot or anything like that. So we got all the boxes and barrels and things around the area. All we need to do is go through the door. If you're not sure, come back and check it. That's a log snippet. We don't need the log snippets. We already got that. Keep scanning. Your scanner never runs out. We got that. Make sure you got enough bullets, everything like that. Okay, we're good here. Let's head to the next section. As you see, we've already got 3 zones mapped out. So let's keep going and complete this derelict freighter. Hopefully we can find, there's another heat source. Perfect. Let's open up the loot box. Always be careful when you walk through a doorway that there's nothing inside there that can get you. Do a little scan. Is there anything in here? No. Look, there's a starship. We can scavenge a pulse engine module from a starship. That's a pretty cool starship. Look at that. All right, look at there. There's a couple starships in here. There's another hyperdrive module. That could help us out in our starship. That kind of stuff. What is that? That looks like the launch bay or something. Okay, let's check out what else is in here. We're going to try and make it through this room as quickly as possible. Oh, look, we got some more tainted metal. There is nothing else of value in this room. So let's get out of here and get to the next door. That's zone 4. Hopefully we can find some more loot. This is why I like hitting derelict freighters. We need to find a heat source. So we need to get downstairs as quickly as possible. You can take the ladder or just jump. I'm going to jump. This way we can get to the heater real fast. Where's the heater? Otherwise we have to do a battery, and I'm going to do a battery because it looks pretty busy in this room. We've got turrets, security drones, all that stuff around in here. There we go. Let's see, where's all the stuff at? Wow, look at all those security turrets. Where is the hazard protection unit? Ow, where's he at? There he is. Come on. There we go. Gotta be careful in here. There's a computer console that we need to get to. That's why I said make sure you got enough batteries, because we might not be able to make it to a heat source. Uh-oh. There he is. Come on. Come on. Are you serious? Why is... Okay, we're going to do this, boys, girls. We're going to switch to our bolt caster. Hopefully this does a little bit more damage. We need to recharge our hazard protection. This is pretty serious stuff. Do a little scan. Because the hazard protection's right there and we can't get to it. So let's do this. We're going to take out this defense turret over here. Hopefully this thing don't kill us. Uh-oh. Run, 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 run. We're going to die. We're going to die. Okay, we got to go back to the shotgun. See, them defense turrets are pretty serious, boys and girls. You got to be careful. Whew, that was close. Now we got to stand, as you see up there in the top left. We got to let our shields recharge. And we're not near any, there's a loud noise somewhere in here. I don't know what's going on, but, yeah. Not as good as I had hoped it to be, boys and girls. Okay, let's run over to this thing. I'm going to take this out as quickly as possible. There we go. Reload. Let's get over to the heater. Turn that on. Step back a little bit. Don't want that laser beam to get us. Okay. Keep an eye out around the room. Whew. That was close. Do a little scan again. See where all the stuff is at around us. We'll hit that part of the room in a minute. I just want to make sure that this area is cleared out before we move on. There's another turret. Let's run up here. Whew. See, those turrets are pretty serious business, boys and girls. We'll pick up all the loot in just a minute. I want to run up on the turrets and take them out as quickly as possible. There we go. Make sure there's no security drones. There's another one right there. There we go. Take a look around. Hit anything we can in this area. There's our heat. I want to try and get through this as quickly as possible. I apologize, everybody. This is a lot of stuff in here to go through. I can hear drones and stuff buzzing around in the background. I'm not sure exactly where they're at, but we got to be careful. There's another log snippet. We're looking for more credentials. We're actually looking for the captain's credentials or the engineers. Ah, come on. Not what I wanted. Got to be careful with that hitbox. Everything's around you. Hopefully we can find some credentials to open up the computers. Because the computers will give us like those credentials or the logs for the freighter crew. And then we get lots and lots of units for those. Okay. We're next to the heat protection. We still got that part of the room to go through. We collected everything back there. So we're moving right along. We're clearing this area out. Just be careful. You never know what you're going to run across inside a freighter. I'm just glad we only got like little drones and stuff to deal with. Because sometimes you'll run into some serious aliens like these little creepy crawlers, them little scudlers, as they're called. We got one of those little eggs. The scudlers will shoot you with acid, and they will literally chase you down through the starship trying to get you. So you got to be really careful. There we go. Turn on the heat protection. Look, there's a barrel. Ooh. There's a lot of stuff in here, boys, girls. I'm trying to get through as quickly as possible. There we go. We learned a blueprint for secure briefcases. Now we can build those at our base. Perfect. What else do we have in here? Got that. Okay, we did all that. Let's do a little scan. Oh, our scanners need to recharge a little bit. Yeah, so we got everything here. Perfect. Okay. So let's go back here. And there is a door. And this tells us we can go to the next section of the ship. Or no, this is the room. Okay, I was wrong. Excuse me. I apologize. Pick up some, this is crew quarters pretty much. Make sure there's nothing else in the area. Okay, as you look at the doors, you can see the circle with an arrow up. So there's no way out of here. If you pay attention to those above the doors, that'll let you know what section you can go through, what doors. Let's come over here to the computer. We'll activate this. Private mainframe access denied. Captain's DNA required to access personal log. Shipwide bioscans indicate severe incident status. Override available. Indicate captain's fate to begin. The captain is deceased. Input accepted. Log will record captain's fate as extinguished. Duty officer may take command. Authenticate as duty officer to continue. Security credentials required. And this is why I say to check all those little iPads to get those credentials, because that's what this is. We're the chief engineer credentials, so that's what we got. That'll give us access to the entire computer so we can read the captain's log. Welcome, Chief Engineer Uganami. Log will record you as temporary commander. Last significant entry from Master Huho follows. Date stamp 2575.2. We have been marooned on this forsaken world for days past counting. All repairs fail. Still, our vessel does not take to the stars. Date stamp 2629.5. If this fails, it will use the last of our power, and what then? But endless harvests across the dunes. Endless battle with vermin while the old war goes unfought, our enemy unpunished. Date stamp 2656.2. There is a transmission far across this world. We seek its plunder. We seek hope. Date stamp 2662.1. Our ears did not hear, our eyes did not see. It is a Viking cry. It is our people. Salvation awaits. And there we go. We got the captain's log. That's the second piece of what we need to do to complete this freighter. So let's activate the teleport pad. If your inventory is full, you can go back and drop the stuff off in your ship if you so choose. That's what these teleport pads are for. But we've got plenty of room in our inventory for the most part. We still got a few spaces left. Our starship is completely full as well. So, and you can't put out any save beacons, no refiners or anything. So what we got in our inventory is what we got. We've only got a couple spaces left. Let's get through to the next section of the freighter and we should be almost done. Okay. Hopefully we don't run across any more drones or anything. There's a heat thing over there, but we're going to take this. I'm going to blow through this as fast as I can. If you guys want to read it, you can pause the video, whatever you got to do. I'm going to try and get through this as fast as possible so we can get to the end of this freighter and move on to the next stage in phase 4. And hopefully we can complete phase 4 this evening. I'm just trying to get through this so you guys can see what's going on. We're collecting all the boxes. Hopefully we got enough room for everything. There we go. Replenish your hazard protection before you move on to the next room. As you can see right there, the arrow pointing up, and it's number 6. So that's area number 6 of the starship. If you look on your compass on the top of the screen, it shows like a razor blade or whatever it is. That shows you the doors that open on the freighter. So anytime you're looking for a door or a way out, you can do that in your freighter. So this way you don't get lost. Okay. Let's open the door. Whoops. I closed the door. Here we go. We are now in the engineering bay. Look at this. We'll turn on all the heaters that we possibly can. Do a little scan. I don't see anything else in here. Let's hit this stuff on this side of the cargo bay or whatever it is, the engineering bay. So we'll pick up all the rewards out of here as quickly as possible. Make sure as you're going along, you're hitting the heating units. This way, you're protected. Let's see. I don't see anything else on this side of the room. We're almost done with this freighter, boys and girls. All right, we'll check all the rooms. Make sure you get everything out of all the rooms first before you go and hit the computer terminal, because once you hit that computer terminal, it ends whatever you're doing on the freighter. There we go. We turned on the little heater so we can gather up some more hazard protection. There we go. Another log snippet. I don't know whose credentials we'll find, if we find any at all. There we go. We get little storylines. You can go back into your Discoveries tab. Oh, look at here. That's a little blue thing. Watch officers' daily report discipline. Okay. So this is basically the security officers' reports. Look at there. It's open to space. That's why it's so cold inside the freighter, because we're exposed to the outer atmosphere. So that's why we're turning on heaters everywhere we go. And always double check, look in different directions and things like that to make sure you didn't miss anything as you're going through the freighter, because a lot of these things, even in the normal playthrough when you're not doing an expedition, freighters are perfect to pick up some of the best loot in the game. But as you see, they're pretty hard for the most part to get through all these things. Oops, I turned the heater off. I thought I was being slick, but I wasn't. I was just holding my collect button down. Okay, we collected everything there. We collected everything there. Everything has been collected on the freighter. As you see in the bottom right corner, all the check marks have been found. So all we need to do now is collect our reward from the engineer control. Engineering control panel accessed. Generator failure detected. Fabricators on emergency power. Construct component. So we can fabricate a technology upgrade, a freighter expansion unit for the cargo, or we can extract nanites. I'm going to fabricate a technology upgrade. This is an upgrade for like the hyperdrives or whatever on your freighter. So if it's a S class, it's good. Sometimes you can get C classes depending on the solar system you're in. If you fly to a different solar system, it might be an S class module. It might be a B class or an A class. So let's see what this solar system offers us. This is why I say put that thing in your backpack refiner. This way, you can, hold on. Sorry, I'm going to check this real quick. Make sure we got space in our inventory, because once you collect this module, if you don't have space, it just disappears and then you don't have it no more. So now let's go back in here. As I was saying, if you want to collect that piece of technology, this could be anywhere from a C to a S class. And we got ourselves a B-class reactor for our freighter. Perfect. And we completed the derelict freighter stage in phase 4. Let's head back to the front door. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Where are we? What happened here? We hit the landing pad, or the teleport pad, and it plopped us all the way back somewhere else. Okay, where are we at? There we are. We're at the front door now, boys and girls. Let's get a little bit of hazard protection going on. We're back at the front door. Our inventory is completely loaded. Be aware that we picked up some contraband, some nip buds. So when we take off from this freighter, the sentinels might want to get us. So the best thing we can do is head to the space station right away or land on a planet so we can get that stuff out of our inventory. Otherwise, we're going to have to find something else. Or we have to destroy the nip buds if you want to destroy those. We got a B-class reactor for an improved starship generator. This here is for our starship. So we can make our own starship in the game. Well, that's kind of sad. I was hoping for something for our freighter. That's okay. No big deal. Let's get out of here. We'll head back to our starship. Now, there's no saves, so anything we've done, if we die at this point, we've lost everything we just did. Because once you jump out, see, warning, game not saved aboard derelict freighters. So now we need to take off and head to the space station about as quick as we can go. If you use that derelict freighter locator again in the solar system, you find the exact same freighter. So be aware, you'll find the same exact freighter, but the rewards will be the same, or different. They're just RNG. We want to get to the space station as quickly as possible. Oh, look at there. We're actually going through the next phase of the quest as well. Perfect. I ease the ship out of pulse flight and gently take my hands from the controls. The ship drifts slowly, uncommanded. There is no danger here. There is no anything here. The beauty that surrounds me is endless, infinite, breathtaking, and it is so far away. I cannot allow myself to really see it, to let my mind look directly at its terrifying entirety. It is far too big, and I am far too small. But there is nothing else in the universe. I must face it. I let my mind relax and try to find my place among the stars. Let's dream a little bit. And there we go. We completed another stage in phase 4. Perfect. To dream of freedom. So we completed that as well. We'll collect the rewards as soon as we hit the space station. I want to get to the space station as quickly as possible. This way we're not caught by the Sentinels. And we made a pretty good haul. We got all kinds of stuff. We got captain's logs. We got crew logs. We got acid for our Minotaur. That kind of stuff. Perfect. So we got some stuff to sell, and we're going to make a little bit of money here at the space station. Let's get inside here real fast. Once we get in here, we can jump out and make a save. Once that's saved, we can use the teleporter to go back to our base if we choose, and then we can put out our refiner, our nutrient processor, and then we can put that nip bud in our nutrient processor. There we go. Let's get up here. We're going to do this as quickly as possible. You guys bear with me. I'm going to try and sell off everything that I possibly can that we don't need so we can get a little bit of space in our inventory. And then we'll move along to rendezvous 4. So let's see what we got in here that we can get rid of. Starting to look like a whole lot of nada. There we go. An unstable gel is worth 50,000 units. Let's get rid of that. We're going to keep that acid for our Minotaur. We got descented bottles. That's a trade good. 9,000 bucks right there. Living slime, we'll sell that. The nip buds, we can sell that. That's 97,000 units. I'm going to get rid of that. The tainted metal, do not sell that. That is very valuable. You refine that into nanites. Got a Corvax casing, we'll get rid of that. A neural duct, 900,000. The hypnotic eye, we got 7 of those. Nice. Yeah, don't sell these captain logs and stuff if you finish the expedition, and then you can turn those into somebody at a space station. We got a Viking dagger, we'll get rid of that. I'm going to sell all the hypnotic eyes, boys and girls, because we don't need those anymore. So let's get rid of that. Perfect. We got a B-class reactor for making a new starship. I'm going to hold on to that. Hadal core is nanites. We got a skeleton. We'll get rid of that. We got larval cores. Those are nanites as well. So we got a bunch of stuff that we can refine in our refiner. Void motes. We'll sell those. Get rid of those. What else do we have here? Some pugnium and stuff. Man, we got a lot of stuff in our inventory that we need to get rid of. The mordite, that can go into our refiner. Look at there, hot ice. I'm going to sell that. That's 300,000. Marine shelter, Viking reports. There's 1.9 million units. Look at our money now, boys and girls. We're actually moving up into money. So let's get rid of the Gek relic. Pretty much everything we got left in our inventory is to keep. Perfect. Okay, we're done here. Let's get out of here. Reach the 4th rendezvous point. And that's what we're going to do. We completed a couple steps in the expedition. So what do we get here? Restore freighter command. Now we get a freighter, boys and girls. So we can get that. That'll call in our freighter. Perfect. Look at there. There's a C-class freighter. Now you can claim it if you want or not. If you leave, you can go to a different system and it'll give you the option to claim it again. I'm going to claim it no matter what because it's storage. And we can land on it, and that's now our base in space. Perfect. We got that. Let's go back in. Let's collect the next reward. Hazard protection blueprints, pre-packaged airburst engine unit for our exosuit. Perfect. There we go. We're collecting all these rewards, and we're almost done with phase 4, boys and girls. This one was a pretty big one. It was kind of busy the whole time. Let's put in our airburst engines. That goes for our backpack so we can fly. Perfect. Now we can take this emergency signal scanner is active. As you can see, we can take it out of our backpack now. Let's grab that and we'll put that back in our exosuit and see what that does. Yeah, we'll put that back in our refiner until we can get to a different solar system, because we're still in this solar system. It'll help us find another freighter, and we don't want that. Jump in, jump out. We're gonna get out of here, and we're heading to rendezvous 4. No stops from here, boys and girls. I'm gonna head out into space. We're gonna hit this galactic map, and now I'm going to get off of here. We're gonna go all the way over to the rendezvous point, and I will see you guys at the rendezvous point on the planet, boys and girls, so I can cut out all this extra footage for nothing. All right, boys and girls, here we are. We just made it into the atmosphere. We're gonna land on the planet here. I'm up on top of some mesa. The marker showed in this area. I'm not sure where it's at. We'll have to jump out and see where it takes us. We need to use our target sweep. It says it's 850 units that way. So I'm gonna use our scanner. We're gonna scan some animals. If you haven't scanned all the animals yet, now is the last time to start getting all your good animals. Get rocks, everything. But we're looking for some kind of building or something. 850 units that way. Good. Look at there. Look, somebody built a base up in the sky so you can get your 1600 unit thing there. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna jump back in our starship. It said 850 units this way. So let's go this way and see what we can find. We're gonna have to come down off the top of the mesa, and there it is. Right there, boys and girls, there's a crashed freighter. This is Rendezvous 4. Look at that worm. That is so cool, isn't it? Look at that. We were flying along with it. So we made it to Rendezvous 4. It's a crashed freighter, and hopefully nobody built a base here so we can collect all the cargo pods. But there we are, boys and girls. As you can see, people have dug in the dirt and everything here. I'm gonna stop it right here, boys and girls. We've been going on for quite some time. I tried to get through as quickly as possible with phase 4. We made it to rendezvous 4. Let's collect the reward. That's 300 quicksilver, inventory slots of 3. I'm gonna collect those, but I'm not gonna use them. And the viscous fluids, we'll just collect that. But I'm gonna collect the reward, but we're not gonna put the inventory slots in because I don't think we need them, and we can use them later at the space anomaly. Perfect. So that completes phase 4, boys and girls. Let's go in here. What's our reward? Ship of the Damned. So we get the ghost frigate for our freighter, which will be added to our fleet on our freighter. So that's pretty cool. And you can collect this on any save through in No Man's Sky at the Quicksilver vendor in the space anomaly. So let's collect that. Perfect. And you can see it's an S-class freighter, and this number keeps randomly generating, which is pretty cool, and gains experience and stuff like that all on its own. So we're going to add that to our fleet. And that goes to our freighter. In the next episode, boys and girls, we're going to be doing phase 5, and that will complete the expedition. I'm going to try and get the next episode out a little bit sooner so we can get done with this expedition and I can get back to the survival playthrough series that I was doing. I apologize to any of my fans that have been watching along, and I just kind of stopped with the survival series. But if you guys made it this far in the video, do me a favor. The word of the day is survival. Put survival in the comments on this video and I will reply to you. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done it yet, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm working on that 300 subscriptions by the end of the year so I can start doing live face cams and 2 live streams per week, plus a recorded episode like this of a playthrough series that I'm doing. I really appreciate all the support and thank you for tuning in. And in the next episode, like I said, we'll be completing phase 5. Phase 5 won't take us very long. We only got a few things to do in here, and we'll be completed with that. And that will get us the title Drifter, Adrift decal plans, Adrift banner. And once we complete this, we will get ourselves the reward of the Iron Eagle, which is a cargo hauler, and that is a limited edition ship to No Man's Sky for completing this expedition. If you guys haven't done it yet, hit that like button. I appreciate you tuning in and bearing with me through this episode of completing phase 4. But until then, you guys stay safe, stay sexy, and peace out.